Ladies and gentlemen of Raider Nation, buckle up because if you thought the silver and black start to the 2025 season was a roller coaster, wait till you hear this one. 9 interceptions in 5 games. That's not just a slump, that's a full-on quarterback crisis that's got the entire AFC West buzzing. Is Gino Smith the villain here, or is there a deeper plot twist involving none other than head coach Pete Carroll pointing fingers at offensive coordinator Chip Kelly? Tonight on Raiders Report, we're diving headfirst into the blame game that's shaking Allegiant Stadium to its core. You won't want to miss this. It's the kind of drama that makes you love this league even more. Let's set the scene, Raiders faithful. We're 5 weeks into a season that's already felt like a tribute to the gritty, never-say-die spirit of the Oakland days, back when Al Davis was whispering, "Just win, baby," from the sidelines. But fast forward to Las Vegas, under those gleaming lights of our shiny new home, and things are, well, let's just say they're not living up to the hype of that electric 2020 debut. Gino Smith, the $75 million man we brought in to steady the ship after the Derek Carr era, is leading the NFL in picks. 9 of them, folks. More than some teams have total touchdowns. And yeah, it's tempting to pin it all on him, because when you're chucking the ball into double coverage like it's a game of hot potato, eyebrows raise. But hold on, because Pete Carroll, the grizzled veteran who won a Super Bowl with the Seahawks and now calls the shots for your Raiders, isn't buying the easy narrative. In a presser that's already got Twitter, X, on fire, Carroll went full professor mode, talking run game and play calling, and in the process, he might have just tossed Chip Kelly right under that infamous silver bus. I caught the full quote from Jesse Merrick over at Silver and Black Sports Network, and it's gold. Carroll said, "We've got to run the football better, and more, and we're going to continue to work at it and see if we can continue to bring it to life. The running game has looked well. We need to get more of it. That's part of it. That's just mixing football. That's how you do it. We don't want to ever rely on the quarterback to do the whole show and sit in shotgun and throw the football. Never coach that way. Then, the kicker, and oh boy, this is where the shade drops. And then, we've got to make sure we're calling all the best stuff in the situations. Smith is not calling the plays. We've got to call them, and we've got to make sure to get him in the right spots and give him the best chance to stay out of harm's way." Oof. That's coach speak for, "Chip, buddy, we're not scheming Gino into easy throws here." It's like watching a chess master subtly knock over his opponent's king. Subtle, but everyone in the room knows what just happened. Now, let's break this down like we're in the film room at Raider HQ, because as much as I bleed silver and black, we've got to be real. Gino Smith. Look, the guy's got a story that screams underdog. Drafted in the 2nd round by the Jets back in 2013, bounced around as a backup, then resurrected in Seattle with that magical 2022 season where he threw for over 4,000 yards and looked like the second coming of Russell Wilson. We traded for him last offseason to pair that veteran savvy with our explosive weapons like Devontae Adams, who's still pulling double coverage like it's his job, and that dynamic rookie tight end Brock Bowers, who, man, if he wasn't sidelined with that hamstring tweak right now, might be the safety valve Gino desperately needs. But through these first 5 games, Smith's decision-making has been, let's call it generous to the defense. Take that heartbreaker against the Colts last week. 3rd and 8, Raiders driving, and Gino floats one right into the breadbasket of 2 Indy DBs who were practically waving hello. No play design fixes a throw like that. It's on the wrist, the eyes, the pocket presence. And don't get me started on the pick six against the Broncos that killed a comeback. Pure arm talent gone rogue. But here's where it gets juicy. Is Chip Kelly really the fall guy, or is this just the perfect storm brewing in the desert? Kelly, the offensive wizard who turned Oregon into a track meet back in the day with that spread option magic, came to Vegas with a rep for lighting up scoreboards. Remember those Ducks teams? Chip had them averaging 50 points a game. Chip Kelly was the mad scientist, blurring the lines between football and frisbee golf. Yet here, with a young green receiving core, guys like Trey Tucker flashing potential but dropping balls under pressure, and a run game that's sputtering at just 3.8 yards per carry, Kelly's scheme feels like it's stuck in neutral. ESPN's Dan Graziano nailed it in his Wednesday column. Sources around the league are whispering that Kelly's scheme isn't creating enough advantages to overcome the Raiders' personnel deficiencies, and there's no margin for error if Smith keeps turning the ball over as much as he has. Translation: we've got talent gaps. Our O-line's giving up pressure on 42% of dropbacks, worst in the AFC West, and Chip's not masking it with misdirection or RPOs like he used to. Instead, we're seeing too many vanilla dropbacks, shotgun snaps, and predictable routes that let defenses like Kansas City's load up the box. Remember that Chiefs rivalry? Patrick Mahomes has feasted on us 3 straight years, throwing for 1,000 yards and 9 TDs in those matchups. If we don't fix this offense, Arrowhead's gonna be a graveyard again come November. Statistically speaking, this ain't uncharted territory for the Raiders, but it stings all the same. Go back to the Oakland era. Think 2002, when Rich Gannon led that Super Bowl run with a balanced attack, 4,000 passing yards balanced by 2,000 on the ground. Or hell, even the Howie Long days in the 80s, when that defensive line terrorized QBs while Marcus Allen danced for 12,000 rushing yards over his career. We've always thrived on identity, smash-mouth football, not this turnover fest. Right now, our offense ranks 29th in points per game at 16.2, dead last in red zone efficiency at 42%. Compare that to Gino's peak in Seattle, top 10 in completion percentage over 65%, and you see the drop-off. Injuries aren't helping. Without Bowers, our tight end production is down 60% from last year. And don't forget the AFC West meat grinder. The Chargers are humming with Justin Herbert slinging it to Ladd McConkey. The Broncos' Bo Nix is fooling no one but still winning with that D. And yeah, the Chiefs? They're the Death Star. We've lost 7 of our last 9 to them, dating back to the Vegas move. That relocation in 2020 was supposed to be our rebirth. Al Davis's vision realized in neon lights. But seasons like this test whether we're building a dynasty or just another what-if chapter. To get the pulse of Raider Nation, I caught up with a few voices that matter. First, let's pretend I cornered Max Crosby after practice. That beast on the edge who's already got 6.5 sacks, leading the league and channeling his inner Howie Long with every bull rush. "Look man," Max told me, wiping sweat from his brow, "we're bleeding on offense, but that's why the D's gotta carry it. Gino's got the tools. He's got that cannon arm from his West Virginia days, but we need those clean looks." Chips calls? They've been solid in spots, but when the pocket collapses, it's on us to give him time. Raider Nation deserves better. We're fighting for them. Spot on, Max. All right, silver and black, that's your Raiders report for tonight. Drama, digs, and a whole lot of heart. Tune in Sunday as we host the Steelers under those raucous lights at Allegiant. It's primetime redemption waiting to happen. Grab your tickets, fire up the grill, and chant it with me. Just win, baby. This is your host, signing off. Stay passionate, stay loyal, and we'll see you on the flip side. Go Raiders!